Hello and many thanks for joining us. This is Off the Press on Plus TV Africa. This morning, I'm not going solo. I have with me Amaka Okoye.
Yes, Felicity.
We'll be doing this together. Pleasure to have you. All right, let's get down to it. We'll just take a look at some of we have quite a number of papers here as it is. We have the Punch.
Yeah.
You have
the Nation and This Day.
Okay, so would you like to run with This Day newspaper?
Okay, so here This Day we have the headline says, Wadume, how soldiers aided my escape from police custody. He actually gave some interesting details there. And banking sector consumer credit increases to 754 billion naira. Buhari inaugurates cabinet today, and EFCC alleged attempt to frame denies alleged attempt to frame Ambody. And so on.
Yeah, there's this one on Buhari inaugurating the cabinet today. Did you watch the video of him telling them not to get to him directly? He has to go through.
Yes. After saying, he made mention of how they should work as a team. Yeah. He also gave some of those instructions to say.
Before now, we thought the ministers have to go directly to the president to get things done.
That's something new that he's also bringing this time, so to speak.
Okay, let's see what's on the Punch newspaper. Okay. We have Taraba slain policeman. Soldiers shoot cops, freed me. Wadume confesses. Kidnap kingpins arrest won't stop our probe. That's exactly what this day is going on with as well. We also have the picture of him on the front page. I don't know if you can flip so you can see that's him there with the police officers that rearrested him. Family accuses police of releasing murder suspect. That's just beneath the pictures. You also see mobile operators fail quality test in 26 states. Details is on page 26 of the paper. Gunmen attack Nasarawa deputy governor's convoy, kill 4. That's a sad one. We also have just beneath those headlines, suspended Buhari's aide sues ICPC, shuns agency's summons. Who is this aide? Get details on page 12 of the paper. Something on SARS killing an unarmed suspect. That SARS operatives killed this armed suspects in Lagos. Did you see that video yesterday? It actually trended on social media.
Yeah, it's a bit graphic,
We're hoping there will be some real strong statements about it, because it makes absolutely no sense. You already have these people cowering into the bus, and then the next thing we hear are gunshots.
Yeah, true.
Let's look forward to maybe some sort of, response from the army on this latest development. Today. And it's pretty, the SARS, I beg your pardon, it's pretty sad when you continue to see repeated cases of police, the people that you're supposed to protect are now seemingly afraid of you. Let's see what this one is saying. Ekweremadu attacked over Operation Python dance roll. That's Paul. That's taking it a bit too piecemeal. But you find details of that story and why the Punch is choosing to go with that particular caption on page 43 of the paper. Just beside the masthead, there's this one on Boko Haram crisis could last 15 more years. That's Obasanjo, former president.
Yes.
How does that make you feel?
Well, how does it make it's scary? He made mention of that. He said that yesterday when he went to a school in Abeokuta, and he was saying that if much is not done, if we don't pay attention to education, he kind of traced it to say it's because most of the people we see who turn out to be these terrorists, they don't have proper education. So if we don't focus on education now and be sure that most of these people are trained, they go to school, we'll continue to get these people, these terrorists, they will grow. And in 15 years, we'll still be in the same place or in worse place. So government needs to take action in terms of our education system to get it correct.
Yeah, it's just like something we talked about yesterday on Plus Politics about banditry and, Zamfara state government saying that they're going to use these reformed bandits to help fight crime. Again, there's a tendency, like we talked about yesterday, of these people seeking relevance when there is no more crime to be fought or people to be arrested and stuff like that. By the way, our program Plus Politics comes on 7 p.m. every weekday if you would like to join that particular conversation. All right, still on the Punch newspaper, at the very top you will see Supreme Court dismisses Atiku's INEC server claim. I think that's about the end of that matter now because they've been on and on about it. Sowore collected foreigners' dollars to topple Buhari.
This was on again also this morning, but part of what was not said is how much money was collected, who are these so-called collaborators, and they didn't reveal details, but there is an alleged file documents to that effect.
Part of the conversation we've been having is this worry over ongoing investigation being made public.
Yes.
There are no conclusive. Yes, there is no conclusion to this investigation, and yet it's all over the media. And at the end of the day, we don't really get to see what finally happened. The case of Oyoita is still there. We don't know what the end has come. We just know she's undergoing investigation. She has not spoken. The EFCC has not spoken. We don't know what it is.
So if it's investigation, we might as well hold on until everything is done.
That should be the practice.
And yesterday I recall that one of our guests here on Off the Press was saying, you see, if you trace the way our EFCC operates and the case of, say, Obiwane, the guy, the fraudster, that's the FBI, for instance, you would notice that it took time to first of all investigate. They started off in 2016, they traced it to February 2016, but they only came out with their results in 2019. That's to say they invest, they take time, make sure they've done all the digging, the probing before they come out. I think it's something we might want to.
Sometimes when you tell somebody that you're trying to investigate them, they will try all means possible to frustrate that effort, to make sure that your investigation amounts to nothing.
Which is quite
so I think it's something we really need to consider as a country, and our security agencies, investigative agencies like the DSS, the ICPC, the EFCC, and all of them. We really need to do something about that. Okay, on the back of the Punch, we have this one that says charity beginning from abroad. Oh my I guess they're referring to the situation with, let's see. Okay, observers say that Abike Dabiri-Erewa was so successful as special advisor. Okay, you might need to go read it, so I don't preempt your thoughts. Please go get a copy of the Punch or go online and just check the title. You'll see the piece done by Lekon on the back page. And residents attacking EFCC operatives from Monday. Yeah, that's yesterday. Ambode's okay, so Ambode again has, there are two clarifications. One here says it's not a raid, so we shouldn't call it a raid. It says it's a due process that has been, that they are undertaking due process. His house is not being raided, and he's called on his supporters to say, calm down. There's nothing fishy happening. They're just doing what they're supposed to do. Yeah, but funny enough, left without an incident, whatever that implies. So we shouldn't, people shouldn't go about saying, oh, he's been raided. No, that it's just due process that has been. Yeah, funny enough, I read this morning that the EFCC are now acknowledging that it was actually a raid, but that the conduct of the people there was that 3 of their officers were injured. The initial statement did not acknowledge the injury of any. They said there was no incident. Yes, but now they're acknowledging that there was an incident and their officers were assaulted and they condemned it. And they're saying that that video on social media is being manipulated. The public is left to make up their mind as to what they want to believe. If the EFCC is saying one thing and the video doesn't look like it was somebody actually thought it through to doctor it, it's saying a different thing. And then the person being investigated acknowledged. So it sort of contradicts what the EFCC said earlier, that there's a bit of disparity here. Yes, Ambode says you came to my house. You say you just went by, you're doing something. You investigated. You are saying you didn't raid. I mean, it's just pretty confusing at this moment. Hopefully in the coming days we'll discover, we'll know what it is exactly. So shall we move now to The Nation? The same thing here. Alleged misdeeds. EFCC searches Ambode's home. Ex-governor says, I've not been contacted. He says so. Agency's boss attacked in Ekpe. Maybe that's the assault you're referring to. And we have here FIRS blocks Obasanjo's farms
and others' accounts. That you'll find on page 11 of The Nation. 4 killed in Deputy Governor's convoy. Yeah, that's Zamfara, I believe. You also find out that in page 7 of The Nation. Sanwo-Olu to ESCO members, Lagos must remain top destination.
Have you seen some of the reaction to the inauguration of those nominees?
No,
I think a one-time governorship aspirant, well, in this last election, let's not say one time, a former most recent candidate that came up to condemn the selection of Ibokwe. Yes, Joe Ibokwe as a special advisor on something environment and basically environment and drainage, and said there were other options. They chose somebody from Newi. He wrote it in Yoruba, so I couldn't quite discern what it is. And, and there seemed to be a whole lot of reaction. Some people are saying that, you know, with the way Sanwo-Olu was coming in, they would have expected, you know, maybe a more mix of people that might not have been so much in politics, but have, you know, strong background on the various areas they'll be given an appointment.
I mean, he's not alone. I think whoever you are talking about is not alone. One of our analysts again from Off the Press yesterday was saying he didn't think the same guy, Joe Ibokwe, is the best person to be in the position he was given. And he made reference to one of his comments that he said, you know, he doesn't, someone who has the mindset of saying the inventions like go-karda and Max, you know, the new form of using the motorcycles, that it should be eliminated, that he is worried. Our analyst was saying that he is worried that such person is, you know, given this position. We are not sure if you have that kind of mindset, what are the innovations you're going to promote, you know, what are the things that you're going to do. But I would say let's watch and see.
Indeed, let's watch and see. We might be surprised. The man is just getting warmed up. All right, let's see what's on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. Ambode's home is here again. EFCC lawyers clash over raid on Ambode's house. It has one rider only. Anti-graft agency attempted to plant foreign currency in ex-governor's house, lawyers allege. It's untrue, EFCC. Yeah, I actually read that as well this morning. And I'm like, which one are we going to take?
So many things, so many stories.
Why don't you complete the investigation and then you come out with the result of this investigation, other than allowing the media to help you conduct an investigation that should have a level of secrecy, so that when you go to court, you blindside the person you're trying, so you have more. I don't get it really. But what do we know? How police rearrested kidnapped kingpin is also on the front page. Details is on page 5 of the paper. On the side of it, you have Buhari to ministers. Channel your request, executive matters through Kerry. That's the secretary to the government of the federation. Details is on page 12 of the paper.
Going back to Wadume's story, it's interesting. Part of what he said, he spoke in Hausa this morning, yesterday rather, that, you know, he alleged or attributed his escape to the army because he said they let him off and then he went home, according to him. But we're also waiting to see which is... I mean, now he's apprehended. We know he is in custody. We hope that the following days will reveal the true situation. And the army again is saying, well, now that he's caught, they'll be able to clear the doubts that the whole the whole incident has created in the minds of Nigerians. You know, all the things of we don't know who released him. We don't, is it a sabotage? Is it conspiracy or whatever?
You know, sometimes I tend to worry about the conspiracy theories about the manipulation of the cyberspace and the information that we get access to, and manipulation in the sense that the state is becoming entrenched in what information we seem to get. This man was arrested, quite all right. What really, he's coming out to speak. Is it the police? Because you know the police has an ace to grind with the army. He coming out to speak now and confirming what the police say. Of what? Wouldn't this have been maybe a little better if they, again, did proper investigation, found out if this man's allegations are true? Because what he is saying now can be countered by the army. It can be said to be a mere allegation. I don't get it really,
Yeah.
but let's see how things goes.
Proper investigations, really, maybe to dig deep and then give us the final result. People will be able to take a look, trace it and say, oh yes, there's
You have a
something
point here.
or not.
All right, let's see more headline here that might interest you to go get a paper and see. Remittance into Nigeria to hit $34.8 billion by 2023. That's what the Vanguard is reporting this morning. There's something on maritime. We also have Nnamdi Kanu captured on the front page. It says how Ekweremadu Wodo, Southeast governors, provoked IPOB. I think he was on that online radio on Sunday, and he said quite a lot of things. If you're interested in stuff like that, you might want to go listen for yourself. So, or you just take the version from the paper to get what he is saying.
Yeah, he's saying more of why that is, because part of what he said earlier on is that the attack on Senator Ekweremadu is a statement on, you know, the Igbo leaders. So I guess that's what now he's mentioned Modo and the others, that's a statement. But whatever that means, when you read Vanguard, you find out.
Yes, indeed. We're just here to, you know, nudge you in the direction of your interest, because there's so many headlines here that you can take. Nigeria has lots of professors not translating to development. That's a bit on education, Gambari speaking. If you want to know why he's saying this, you need to go look at page 9. We also have presidential poll, the rejection of the server issue for INEC. 37 aid workers, 35,000 killed in Northeast. That's according to probably a report from the United Nations. All right, let's see that there's Sanwo-Olu's portfolio distribution is captured here. Tunji Bello, Omotosho, others get portfolios. Details on page 10. On the back page of the paper, you have the usual sports stories captured. I guess that's where we're going to sort of wrap things up. Let's just look at some here, and then Amaka, you
there's the sports, the
take
general
some
sports.
of that.
Okay.
On the back page of the Vanguard, we have PSG open door for Neymar to return to Pogba to Barca on loan. What did I see Pogba?
Somewhere in your head.
It's right beside it. Maguire, Rashford, back Pogba over abuse. I guess that's where he sleeps. I have 4 eyes, but sometimes I don't see properly.
It does happen. It does happen.
All right, we have Messi's absence raises doubt over Betty's return. Ukraine friendly. Don't crucify Raul over invited players, says Adepoju. That's on the front page. We have something on AfroBasket as well. It's all on your screen, actually. Salah hopes to win more penalties with the VAR. Okay, over to you, ma'am. Okay,
so here we have in the sports newspaper, the Messi is better than Ronaldo, Chelsea out of top 4 race. We have here also, it will be set for Everton friendly. You get that on the front page. Moses injured, out for 5 weeks, sadly. And Semi Ajayi set for 50th consecutive start. Juventus offer Emre Can for Rakitic, whatever that is. Your sports fan would know. And then we have here Eriksen, only interested in Barca, Real and Juventus. And Juventus offer whatever. Juventus offer Can for Rakitic. I think that's all. I leave this for the sports people to find out what this is.
If you are a sports fan, please go grab a copy of this complete sports, or maybe the Vanguard back page, or just go online. But please stay updated, know what is happening around you. If sports is your interest, go ahead and do that. If politics is your interest, please don't go with the headlines. I always try to suggest that on this program. Read the story in depth, because sometimes these headlines, I should know, I'm a journalist, is made to capture your attention, to encourage you to read, not just to make you make decisions off the headline. That's where we're going to wrap things up now. Thank you very much for watching. And it's been a pleasure co-anchoring this with you.
It's a pleasure having you here too.
All right, you take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and tomorrow we will be back with Off the Press.